guys, my name is Dave DeGuire and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the studio making a beat for the video that you're about to watch. If you have any questions about the music production or any of the audio plugins that I'm using, please leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like what you're watching and you like what you're hearing, please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's go. Alright, so the very beginning of this song is a very dark and ominous feeling. It's very cinematic, and I'm just gonna go through it real quick with you guys and show you what I'm using. The very beginning of this song, the intro, the mood setter, it's basically all about two plugins. It's Omnisphere and Sylinth, two awesome plugins that I literally use on every track that I make. First one that you're gonna hear is Omnisphere. It's called Alley Stalker, and it sounds like this. That is panned to the left. And then the other synth I have is panned plus 35. It's Sylinth 1. It's called Animated Cadavers, and it sounds like this. It's very ominous, dark, creepy sounding. But together they sound great, and it's panned left and right for a wider spread. So I'm going to say this right now before we get too far into the video. If you're not wearing headphones, wear headphones. So the next thing that you're going to hear is just a bunch of ear candy. This one's in the Contact Player, Analog Dreams. Next one up is Omnisphere. It is Air Chunk, and it sounds like this. And the last one that you're going to hear is Sylinth. It's called Stomp Sub, and it's just this. So I've layered all three of those together. The next thing that you're going to hear is my favorite part. It's the choir coming in. I have used Omnisphere once again. It's Boys Intervals All. That's the preset, and it sounds a little bit like this. So that's all that changes there is the choir. Then we come into the next little bit, and this is the most important part. This is where everything comes together, builds up, and the chorus drops. We have the melody that is coming in automated, and I'm not going to play that until we get into the chorus part. The only thing that changes here is I've added a synth bass by Omnisphere again, and it's called a Big Bad Glider Bass, so it's going to kind of glide. Okay, so now we're getting into the chorus where it drops. This is the melody that I'm using for the entire song minus the verses. It is Omnisphere once again. Radio tone melodies is what I'm using, and it sounds a little bit like this. Then I layered that with another Omnisphere preset, and it's called Beep in Rusty Mist. So what I've done there with those two different types of plucks, panned them left minus 20 and right plus 20. So what I've added there is my RKATEKBEATS tag that I've had since probably 2012, and it sounds like this. So I've recorded that, and I added Echo Boy to it, and then I also added one knob, and I made it a little bit fatter, and that's how you get that tone. And then the most obvious part that I added was the drums. I have two full kits on here. One kit being the Realist kit, that is in battery 4. The other kit being Drum Kit from Logic Pro. The reason that I use two kits is the Realist kit is very dry sounding, it's very hip-hoppy. The Acoustic Drum Kit is very wide open and spread out and reverby, it's got that natural tone to it. It also usually has a little bit more versatility when it comes to using the cymbals. The Realist kit, battery 4, sounds like this. Got a very tight sounding snare. It's got a very low end kick, almost like an 808. Then you get into the acoustic kit and it sounds like this. Very lively sounding, very big sounding. I also went and added the FabFilter Pro R, give that a little bit more reverb to it. The reason I'm doing this is because you have a tight kit and you have a wide open, wet sounding kit. You balance those out, you're gonna get a great overall tone. So then what I did is I took a bunch of different claps that I have here, put them all together, different velocities, and then I added an EQ to them, and I added RC24, which is a reverb from Waves. And that's it for the chorus. So when it gets into the verse, I basically just strip down the chorus. I take away the main lead to the song, which is the synth plucks, and I take out a bunch of the hi-hats that I was doing, so it kind of just slows the tempo down. But the one thing that I did add in here was a heavy kick. It's basically a tuned 808 from Logic. It's called Drum Synth. This one's called Heavy Kick, and it sounds like this. Now when you hear that as a whole with the entire song with headphones, that 808 is actually creating its own melody without actually having the main melody there anymore. So it's just keeping that flow going. Then the last little bit here at the end of the verse, it's gonna switch up. I'm bringing back the melody, but I'm chopping it in halves, and it sounds like this. And remember, they're panned left and right. Now we're getting into the pre-chorus. I've taken away both drum kits. I've added back in that 808, but I'm not using the same melody anymore. I'm basically just using C and G, but with the same kick pattern. And it's just gonna build everything up, bring you right back into that chorus. So I'm really hoping that some of you have learned something from this. Be as creative as you can. Remember, using those pan knobs is gonna really widen your entire audio spectrum. Anyone that's wearing headphones is gonna notice that. When you are mixing your beat, make sure you utilize those pan knobs, the volume knobs. Make sure to layer your kicks, layer your snares, claps, synths. If you are mixing your own beats, make sure you're using headphones as well as your speakers. Sometimes you can't really get the whole vibe out of your speakers, so throw on a set of headphones. You'll really get to learn your panning knobs, your volume knobs. You'll start to hear stuff in your headset that you can't hear out of your speakers. Layering is an easy way to make your song sound fatter and fuller. I just decided to make this video because it's been a passion of mine for years, and I like to show people what I do. So if you do take anything away from this video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, and hit that bell button for notifications. Don't be scared to be creative and go make some music.